Alright, sure hope everybody has had a great weekend. It's Sunday already, and I went to the Goodwill bins early to meet up with some of my friends who weren't there. You know, I understand because it's the end of a crazy week and holiday for some people, and just picking up the pieces from everything, and you know, with the internet sales and everything else that's going on, you know, I saved quite a ton of money through one website that, or one, not website, but you know what I mean. One eBay seller, they have multiple stores and they have items marked down to $5 that are usually $10, and what's a heck of a deal. I might have to go back and get a couple more items. I know I'm paying that extra $5 for shipping, but it's well worth it. But this one is about Dollar Tree DVDs and Blu-rays and how I was able to find some, and did, I think, okay for this particular wave. Some people were just finding boxes upon boxes of movies. Some stores don't get any, and maybe it's the way the managers are set up, or maybe just the older stores. I have no clue what's going on, but that was really true with what I found. I found several stores that had nothing, and some that had a few that were already picked over, because if you don't go Friday or whatever day it is, you just don't know if it's Friday. Some people, it's already a week and a half ago that movies are being put out, and then some people put them day of a Black Friday. So what I have here in no particular order, all from one store. This is Spectacle with Elvis Costello. So I thought that was an interesting looking package here. Season 1, 5-disc set. Don't know much about this. But look at that, see? It's one of those rare instances where the slipcover is actually different than the actual case. So that's really pretty cool. And like I said, it's neat to pick up these season set type things, because you think about it, you know, this is $1.25 and this is probably about 10 or 12 bucks on the internet or more. Depending on how old this is, you know, it could be super old. I just don't really know. Didn't really see the date there, but running time approximately, oh, it just says running time. And then it says approximately, well, I can't read that color. It might say in there, but it's just really impossible to read that. So we'll figure it. Just okay. But it says running time, and then approximate. Okay, well, we're gonna figure that out. Oh, 650 minutes. That's what it is. The zero and the minutes was mixed up there, so that's what that is. Don't want to dwell on that too long. Passé Part 2 or Part 2. Don't know. This is Volume 2. Some sort of children's puppet show with live animation. I mean, not live, but live actors there. Don't know what this is, if this is French Canadian or if this is from France, but it looks like it's very early 70s. Not sure what the whole deal that is, but you know what? For $1.25, I'll give it a chance. It's a disc out of Canada with a G and the little Canada maple leaf there. So that's what that is. Again, it looks like it's probably 70s. So we'll figure out what that one is there. And then we have a Doctor Who. There were two of these. Series 10, Part 1. I did not remember having this one. If I have it already, then it's not the end of the world. But the thing was, there was one with a slipcover, and I didn't grab it because the slipcover was wrapped up in plastic and it was all ripped to shreds. So I don't know if that's original slipcover or what happened, but I couldn't tell if the disc was new or used, so I went with this disc. Probably made a mistake there because it would be cool to have the slipcover, but I can't get slipcovers for every one of these things. I know some of these people you know, have these compulsiveness to get slipcovers on everything or Blu-ray for everything. In fact, when we go to Dollar Tree, a lot of us are making the movies, reorganizing, and one of the clerks noticed I was reorganizing the store for them, and they kind of thought it was funny that I was doing that. And I said, no, not really organizing, I'm just trying to see what's on the bottom here. And that was more or less true, but this Dollar Tree that the second Dollar Tree, or sorry, the third one I had gone to where there were no movies that I wanted, essentially what it was is it's one of the biggest stores. It should be their flagship store. It's their Dollar Tree Superstore, and it's one of the worst. It's just absolutely terrible. Then I have Doctor Who Series 10 Part 2, so I know I didn't have that one. So and regardless, I've got Series 10 Part 1 and 2. Why these are all separate like this and not bundled up together, I just don't really understand how that is. How many discs are for the Doctor Who are out there is just absolutely astonishing. Then we have Canada Above and Beyond. So a lot of Canada discs this time. Canadian Broadcasting Home Video, 100th anniversary Aviation of Canada, so that might be kind of interesting. And I thought maybe it was one of those cardboard fold-out ones, you know, like you've seen where the discs fit in the cardboard. But actually, they have 3 individual cases for those, so I thought that was really pretty neat. So that sold me on that one. So you know what, I might as well grab that one. I'm not finding very much. I think I got a total of, 6 or 7 titles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I have one more. Probably it's very common, but you know what? When do you see Pieces of April anywhere? You really don't. I don't know if the Blu-ray is out of print or if there will be a Blu-ray showing up, but it's old Katie Holmes, Oliver Platt, Patricia Clarkson, Sean Hayes, and the rest of the guys in there. I don't remember seeing this. I may have years ago. I just don't remember. Katie Holmes is in so many of these things. PG-13, and there's Sean Hayes right there from Will and Grace. So unusual movie there to find there. I know other people have been finding that. So I've been seeing people finding Spectacle. I've been seeing people find Pieces of April. I think I've seen people finding Doctor Who. And a lot of people have been passing on the Doctor Who. Because the Doctor Who, I will say, has shown up in other prior waves. And these may have been ones that, and also they're not for everybody. You know, even though it's a BBC title, which a lot of people gravitate toward, a lot of the BBC titles you can take or leave because I have not kept nearly every... I've gotten rid of a lot of BBC titles. There was one that was called, not Orphan Black. I did see Orphan Black, which I already have from a prior wave. There was another one I saw, and it was a really cool show, but it only lasted 1 season. If it had lasted 2 or 3 seasons, I definitely would have kept on going with the series, and I would have kept that one. But it was just kind of like, why bother when it goes through a season, then it just kind of left it hanging there. I think basically what they did was they completed everything they needed to in first season, and it just kind of like, you've got Doctor Who out there and nobody can compete with that. Even though it's not as good sometimes always as you want it to be, it's just that's what's going to be the benchmark there, and if you can't meet that, then you're going to fail. So that's what that is. So let me know if you've seen any of these movies, if you are going to look for any of these movies, and thank you for watching.
Oh, that's very nice. It's like a petunia.